And what are those tactics? The strike, the boycott, the direct action. Now, somebody said recall. There's a direct relationship between the movement within the parliamentary electoral system to recall and the mass movement, this popular movement that energizes that recall initiative. The state of Wisconsin, in what became known as Lafayette progressivism, pushed from below. Again, it wasn't the genius of people sitting up on Bascom Hill, because it came out of the socialist movement out of Milwaukee originally. Wisconsin had the first recall legislation in the entire country. What became known as the Wisconsin idea not only had its meaning in this state, which they're currently trying to dismantle, but it was an example to the rest of the country. The people of Wisconsin have a good idea. At a time when every legislature and state house in the country was run by boss political machines for corporate bought and paid for by corporate interests, the good state of Wisconsin, the people of Wisconsin said, hell no. Hell no! We're going to actualize. We're going to revitalize. We're going to give real meaning to democracy. Yeah. Let me finish up. And that is, I said before that I've been a student of these movements. I never thought in my entire life that I would ever see something like this, and I've been so fucking happy. Now listen very carefully, because we're right on the cusp. In all these movements, it starts at the level of protest. Protest means petitioning your government, your leaders, for redress, for reform. We could have covered this building with 1 million people, right? Sort of like a swarm of ants on a popsicle on the sidewalk in the middle of summer. And they would say, we're not concerned. They're not exerting power.
That's right.
Every movement that we know of with the calls for redress and reform, through the system has been thwarted by the arrogant, the rich, and those that don't give a damn. Every movement that we know of where that call for redress and reform is thwarted has and must move to a different level called resistance. Resistance means actualizing the mass boycott accompanied by pickets. We identify and get to know every corporate sponsor of Walker and his clique. And we not only say we are not buying your crap, but we're going to shut them down. The mass actions, the pickets, the be-ins, the sit-ins, the occupations of corporate offices, of corporate headquarters, of rapacious banks must go on. It pushes the recall movement. It pushes the electoral movement. Remember that our good Democrats in this building who did good and honest and moral things in the past month and a half would not have done so without the movement.